Key number 4 is chords. I like to approach chords as a group of combined melodies, as if they were multifaceted in a supporting form to create one big cluster of rhythm. So you can move around these melodies from inside the chord, and you can start very simple. If I had simply a G chord, and then say I wanted to make it a major 7th, maybe I wanted to add a 6th in there. And maybe I wanted to put a 9. Now I could change that same chord to a C chord by simply adding a C, and the root would not be the 1, but I'd end up with this chord like, which is a very interesting chord that simply came by taking step by step from a G chord. And you can do that with any kind of chord that you set up. If I set up like I raise to the 2nd, I raise the 3rd to a 4th, I put a 3rd in the bottom. If I wanted to put a major 7th in it, or if I wanted to even put a 6th in it. You can flatten and sharpen any of those. As you can see by this, I'm moving around melodies inside of the chords, which creates all the different variations of them and all the different configurations. So you can, I like to use a pick finger combination when I do that. That's usually how I play rhythm. But then another version I like to use is more of kind of a Hendrix version, where I might and that's basically using more of just all the pick. Another version I like to do is where it's more a Keith Richards type thing, where it's just more. I'd like to talk also about voicing chords. A lot of times I like to skip strings to use more of a wide interval like you would on piano. It creates interesting chords. So instead of playing an A, or even an A second, I might voice it like. So this can be done by just moving around the 3rd and the 5th, are the root note as well. And you just skip strings in between. Another thing that I like to do is not necessarily use the root of the chord on the bottom of the string. In other words, if I had an A chord, I might put the third on the bottom. Or I might put the fifth. Or I could put any other manner of note that I wanted to add to the chord, such as if I wanted to add a sixth, it would be F sharp. I could put that on the bottom, R top. I could do a seventh. Note that I want to add, or if it was just the 1, 3, 5, they can go on the bottom so that it gets me off the root to make the chord a little bit more interesting. And any extra note I want to add obviously can be moved around anywhere. If you have a ninth, you could move it around to the octave lower. And then you can always flatten certain notes or sharpen them. The whole idea, once again, is to just let all the chords move around with all the melodies that are happening within the chord. I'd like to talk a little bit also now about harmonics, which I like to use in my chordal work, which is basically you create a overtone of the string at the 12th fret, such as. Now I also could do that with my right hand without even using my left hand, by just simply using my finger to make the fretted, without fretting it, but right above the fret, and then I would use my thumb behind it to pluck the note. And then if I was to go ahead and bar the string and just go up 12 frets, I could do the same thing. And then I can start making it more interesting by making certain chords, and certain ones I might create a harmonic, and the other ones I might let go ahead and just ring out as a regular chord, but once again using my right hand to do all the picking. So it would be. I could also pull off notes. You can use these harmonics as creating as a succession into another part. In other words, if I wanted to I could also This technique of harmonic playing, where it's kind of like a harp, is one that Lenny Breau started years ago, and so I refer to it as the Lenny Breau style. There's also the Larry Coryell style, which I saw him do once, where he actually he does a couple of notes at once, such as. where you're simply using the finger, again, of the right hand, and you pick right behind the finger that's activating at the 12th fret, such as. And this technique is more of the classical style, where you pluck right at the 12th fret. So these are the main harmonic styles that I try to use in chords.